Hi everyone, my name is MK and today's flow is going to be a 60-minute Hatha Flow. What this means is that we'll be holding poses for longer periods of time, about 5 to 10 breaths per pose. You're not doing as many poses, and through this you're allowing your muscles to release more tension as well as targeting the layer underneath the fascia. During this flow you're going to need either 2 blocks, or you could use a long pillow or 2 little pillows, but grab whatever you need and then make your way to a seated position to start. We're going to begin by connecting with our breath. So I invite you to close your eyes and start turning your focus inwards, observing your breath, not changing it, but noticing where it's going on its own. Is it in the throat, the chest, the belly? Once you've noticed where your natural breath is going, on your next inhale, breathe in through your nose, filling your belly with air. Exhale out your mouth to release. Continue to inhale, filling your belly with air. Exhaling out your mouth, slow and steady. Continue taking these deep yogi breaths, feeling your belly expand. Exhaling to release. As you take these breaths, you're cleansing the energy from the day. You're breathing with more intention, guiding the air into the body. Use this time to set an intention for your practice. Think about what brought you to your mat today, what brought you to yoga. And if you're looking for guidance, the theme of this flow today is creating our own inner calm. So a good mantra is, I work to slow down and be present in each moment, creating my own sense of calm. Continue taking these belly breaths, thinking about your why, thinking about what brought you to yoga today, whether it's working to create your own sense of calm or something personal. And once you've set your intention, on your next inhale, you're going to breathe it in. Imagine that you're sending it throughout your whole body. Exhale to release. Continue taking these cleansing yogi breaths. And in a moment, we're going to begin a breath work known as Vritti breath or box breathing. This is where you inhale, hold the breath in, exhale, hold the breath out for the same amount of counts. This is a breath work that helps you to calm your mind. If you have a lot of thoughts going on, it clears those out, brings you back into the body, saying to your nervous system, I'm safe, I'm okay, helping you to be more present and in a state of observance versus reaction. I'm going to lead this for counts of 4. If your body's asking you to go for longer or shorter, please feel comfortable to do so. Close your eyes if you open them. Exhale where you are. And inhale. 3, 4. Hold the breath in. 3, 4. Exhale. 3, 4. Hold the breath out. 3, 4. Inhale. 3, 4. Hold the breath in. 3, 4. Exhale. 3, 4. Hold the breath out. 3, 4. Inhale. 3, 4. Hold the breath in. 3, 4. Exhale. 3, 4. Hold the breath out. 3, 4. Inhale. 3, 4. Hold the breath in. 3, 4. Exhale. 3, 4. Hold the breath out. 3, 4. Inhale. 3, 4. Hold the breath in. 3, 4. Exhale. 3, 4. Hold the breath out. 3, 4. Inhale. 3, 4. Hold the breath in. 3, 4. Exhale. 3, 4. Hold the breath out. 3, 4. Inhale, we'll go for 2 more rounds. 3, 4. Hold the breath in. 3, 4. Exhale. 3, 4. Hold the breath out. 3, 4. Inhale, final round. 3, 4. Hold the breath in. 3, 4. Exhale. 3, 4. Hold the breath out. 3, 4. Inhale deeply through your nose. Exhale out your mouth. Come back to your intention. Breathe it in again. Exhale to release. Now as we inhale and exhale, we're going to keep our mouth closed. Powerful inhale through your nose, still filling the belly with air. Powerful exhale out the nose, slow and controlled. Continue taking these inhales and exhales through your nose. Powerful, but slow and steady. This is our Ujjayi breath. The breath we'll use throughout our flow today, helping us to keep the focus and keep our muscles warm. When you're ready, I invite you to open your eyes. We're going to first make our way to tabletop to set up for our child's pose. We're beginning with our warm-up. You're going to grab your blocks or pillows and set them in front past your head. From here, you want your knees next to each other. Glutes sink to your heels. Your upper body melts to the floor. The blocks slide with your arms. Your arms are reaching out past. You should feel your spine stretching, lengthening a little. Heart space opening to the floor. From here, you're going to inhale, straighten your spine a little, a slight lift. Exhale, melt to the floor. Inhaling, rise and straighten. Exhale, melt and open. Continue moving through this at your pace, with your breath. Starting to build that mind-body connection, noticing the length of your inhales and exhales. 2 more breaths here. Last one. On your next inhale, you're going to walk your hands over to one side, taking a child pose side bend. You exhale, melting into that outer hip and arm, feeling the stretch from your hip all the way up to your shoulder. Continue breathing into this space. You inhale, lift. Exhale, melt to the floor. 3 more breaths here. 2 more. Last breath, remember, slow and steady inhale. Slow, steady exhale. Inhale back to center. And exhale, walk your hands to the other side. Melting into the outer hip, pressing into the upper hand. Chest melts to the legs and floor. Gazing down, coming into that breath. Two more breaths. One more. Inhale back to center. Hands on your blocker pillow. Exhale into it. Inhale, move the blocks and make your way to tabletop position. Stacking your shoulders with your wrists, knees hip width apart. Getting ready for some full body circles. You're going to inhale your body over to the side and up to the top of your mat. Then exhale it around and down to the bottom. Continuing to inhale around and up. Exhaling around and down, slow and steady. Moving at the pace of your inhale and your exhale. Eyes closed if it feels right for you. Working to let go of what we think this should look like and embrace what feels good and right in this moment. We're moving slow and steady, starting to build our inner calm, moving with the breath, working in harmony. Notice what's coming up here, what you're feeling. 2 more circles in this direction. As you take your last circle, inhaling around and up, exhaling around and down. You're going to pause and inhale, going back the way you just came. Exhaling around and down the other side. Reversing your circles. Still moving slow and steady. Eyes closed. Checking in. Is there any areas of tenderness or that need you to show them a little more care today? 2 more circles in this direction, meeting in a neutral tabletop position when you're done. Taking our last circle. As you come back to tabletop, check again that the shoulders are stacked with the wrists, knees hip width apart. Getting ready for cat-cows. You're going to inhale for cow, belly to the floor, gaze in front of you. Exhale for cat, rounding your spine, gaze in between your hands. Continue to inhale into cow. Exhale into cat at your pace. With your breath, eyes again closed if it feels right. Honoring what feels good and letting go of what we think we should be doing. We're going to take 2 more cat-cows each. 1 more. Making our way back to a neutral tabletop position when you're done. If you need to, feel free to shake out your wrists. We have just a few more things here. Our next step is you're going to take a modified side plank. So you're going to inhale, transferring the weight to your left hand and left leg. Right leg slides out long to the edge of the mat. You inhale, coming up, opening your heart space to the side. You have the option, you can keep your leg here, toes pointing to the foot, or you can turn your foot perpendicular, creating a little more support. You want to check that your shoulder and wrists are in a line, giving you the most support and comfort for your wrist. Inhale your arm up to the sky. Exhale, reach past your head. Inhale to the sky. Exhale, round the arm. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, extend. Continue to inhale up and exhale around the belly. Inhale up. Exhale past the head at your pace. Remembering that the intention is we're moving slow and steady, connecting that movement to the breath. We're not moving very fast, but The muscles are beginning to awaken and engage. You can feel them activating. We're not going breath to breath, but we're taking our time, sitting in this pose, flowing through it, allowing those little muscles to wake up and activate as we work to maintain that sense of calm and peace in the body. We're going to take 2 more of these, full round of inhaling up, exhaling past the head, inhaling back up, exhaling curve. Last one. Inhale your arm back up. Exhale your hand down, making your way up to tabletop. Feel free to lift up that left wrist and shake it out if that feels right for your body. And then get set up. We're going to do the same thing other side. Inhaling, transferring the weight to your right arm and right leg. I'm going to move my block, sliding that left leg out. Your arm comes up. You open your chest to the side and decide, do you want your toes pointing at the other foot, or do you want to turn, giving a little more of a base? Inhaling the arm to the sky. Exhale, release past your head. Inhale back up. Exhale, curve. Inhaling slowly to the sky. Exhaling past your head. Inhaling up and curving. Continue this for a few rounds on your own. Remembering we're in no rush here. We have time. And in slowing down our movements and our breath, we're helping to keep the mind in a state of calm and rest, showing it that we're safe and we're okay. 2 more rounds here. Exhaling round. Inhaling up for the final round. Exhale overhead. Inhale to center. Exhale, curve. Inhale, straighten your arm. And again, exhale, planting your hand back down on the mat. Coming to our tabletop. Feel free to lift up that wrist, rolling it out. And then you're going to plant those hands back on the mat. Now, when you plant them down, we're getting ready for downward dog. You want your fingers spread out wide like this. You're placing them on the mat, spread out, and then you're trying to grab the mat with your fingertips and pressing in with the top part of this palm, of both your palms. Tuck your toes on the inhale, and exhale, send your hips up and back. Your spine is long, hips going to the sky, gaze towards your feet. Hands are engaged, shoulders are rolling towards the ears, engaging. Feel free to take a bend or two of the knees. Get set up and comfortable. Play around with the distance of the feet from each other, from your hands. And when you're ready, you're going to bring yourself to stillness. Inhale, stay centered. Exhale, let your hips rock to one side, knees bending. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, knees bent, hips to the other side. Continue to inhale to center. Exhaling your hips to one side at your pace with your breath. And if staying in this downward dog really doesn't feel right for your body, you can do the same thing in tabletop. You inhale, center, exhale, let your hips fall to the side. Inhaling to center, exhaling your hips to the side. So decide what one feels right for your body and continue taking these rocks. We have a few more rounds before we go on to our next pose. Go through this 1 to 2 more times, exhaling to the side, inhaling to center. Finish up your final round, meeting back in our neutral tabletop or downward dog when you're done. If you are in tabletop, you're going to make your way back to downward dog. Inhale your left leg up to the sky. Exhale, step your foot in between your hands and drop your back knees. Now, if your blocks are not near you like mine, you're going to grab them really quick and then come back to that low lunge. You might not use your blocks, but I'm going to show it first. We're going to be going through standing split to low lunge. You want the blocks here if you're resting your hands on them. Inhale, drive through your heel and melt your hips to the back of the mat, straightening your leg. Exhale forwards, low lunge. Inhaling so slow and steady, straightening your leg. Exhale, bending the knee. Remember, the goal here is to take our time, slowing down. We're in each pose for a while, even these moving ones. Start to notice, what muscles are you feeling? What I love about this flow from half split to low lunge is it awakens those little muscles along my hamstrings, and I start to feel other parts of me awakening that I don't always feel as much. So see if you can too, and continue inhaling and straightening. Exhale and bend. We're going to take one more. Exhale back to bent knee, and we're going to actually straighten our leg one last time and hold for 5 breaths. Inhale back and adjust as needed. Exhale, your chest is to your leg. Slight bend in the knee. Heel is pressing as the toes flex. Breathing in about 4 more breaths. 3 more. 2 more. We've got this final breath. Stay on the exhale. Inhale, bend your knee. Ooh, spicy. Heel toe your foot over to the outer edge of your mat. Your hand comes to the inside. Now, if you feel good with your hands right here, stay here. If your body's saying you can go a little deeper, maybe you grab your blocks and set them on the inside, and you can go to your forearms on the blocks. If that feels good, you can even play around with going forearms to the floor, but we're getting our body in between the hip space, lowering towards the floor, activating our inner thigh and our hamstring. I'm going to come around to the other side of my mat so you can see me a little better, what I'm doing. We're finding stillness here, or rocking our hips from side to side, taking these slow, steady belly breaths in through the nose, out through the nose. Come back to your intention for a moment as we're here. Think about your why and breathe it in. Come back to that intention. Exhale, letting go of expectations. Again, feeling the leg activate. We're not going breath to breath. We're not pushing fast. But in slowing down, we're awakening and bringing up discomfort in a different way. So see if you can lean into it and find comfort in the discomfort. Belly breathing to push through and sharpen that focus. We've got this. 2 more breaths. One more. If you've left your hands on your next inhale, come back to them. And you're going to heel toe your foot back into the center so your legs are hip width apart. Grab your blocks. You're going to set one in front by the front foot. The other one goes back by your knee. And I'm going to show 2 different poses that you can take here to stretch up our quad and hip flexor. For the first one, your hand is resting on the block. You inhale your left arm up and over, and exhale, reach back to grab your foot, and then you melt your chest forwards. What this does is it takes the tension off the knee and brings it onto our lower quad, helping to maximize the stretch while releasing knee pressure. If this doesn't feel right for your body, the other option is leg stays down, you come up straight. Notice my leg here kind of lengthens, And I'm going to put my hand on that back block and keep a long spine as I press backwards. My glutes squeeze forward, I push backwards, engaging those same muscles in the quad and hip flexor, breathing into it. Find which one feels right for your body and continue to take these breaths. 3 more. 2 more breaths. Last one. Inhale, move your blocks. Gently come back to the floor and exhale. Hands down. Inhale, tuck your toes. Lift the back leg and exhale to our downward dog. Feel free to shake out the legs. Do a few pedals of the feet. Time for the other side. Inhale your right leg up to the sky. Exhale, step your foot in between your hands. Drop your back knee. And get ready for our half split low lunge variation. Grabbing those blocks if they felt right for your body today. Remember, we inhale, melt our hips to the back of the room. Toes flexed. Exhale, low lunge. Inhaling, straighten as your chest melts to the floor. Exhale, bend. Still going nice and slow. I want you to be mindful of where is your brain at, your thoughts, what's coming up in there. How are you feeling as we go through this? We're not going fast. We're not holding anything too crazy yet. I don't know about you. I feel it in my muscles. They're awake. They're saying, hey, what are you doing? And so thinking about that, wow, we're in some moments of discomfort, sitting in our breath, staying for longer than maybe we would normally choose on our own. What a powerful thing that is. Learning to sit in discomfort. Take a moment before we react. We're going to go through this 2 more times. Mindful movement here. Last one. Inhale, straighten. Exhale to the low lunge. And we have our final standing split, or not standing split, half split. Inhale, melt back. Exhale, forward. We have 5 breaths here. 4 more. Inhale, fill the belly with air. Exhale, letting it all go. 3 more breaths. 2 more. Last one. Stay on the exhale. Inhale, come forward slowly. Exhale, your heel toeing your foot to the outer edge of the mat. Getting ready for lizard, other side. Hands come down first just to check in. Both side bodies are different, so one might need something different than the other. If hands feel good, stay here, or come down to the blocks on your forearms, or forearms to the floor. But take a moment here, breathing in. It's easy when things get hard or are uncomfortable to just say, oh yeah, let's stop, let's not do it. And that's very normal. But when we hold a pose like this and we practice being here when the mind might be saying, you don't have to be here, let's go. You're teaching your body and your mind about that sacred pause, saying, we can wait a minute, we can check this out before we react. And it is a great practice for on and off the mat. You'll start to see that with the pause, you're able to be less reactive and to handle moments that are tougher over time. So really coming to your breath here, reminding yourself of that, why we create our inner calm. We cannot control everything around us, but we can control ourselves and how we feel and what we're doing about it. Taking these steady breaths, about 1 to 2 more here. Last one. Inhale back to your hands. If you've left, heel toe your foot back to the center, grabbing those blocks to get set up. I'll take a different one than I did last time, but remember you have two choices. You can be up, tailbone tucked, sinking backwards, resting your hand, engaging that quad hip flexor, or you can be melting chest forward into that bent knee, reaching your arm up and back, grabbing your foot, coming down towards the floor to stretch that quad and hip flexor, breathing into it. 4 more breaths. 3 more. We've got this. It's a spicy one, but you've got it. You can push through for 2 more breaths. Last one. Stay on the exhale. Inhale, gently release. Exhaling back down, moving the blocks as needed. From here, you're going to inhale, tuck the toes, lift your back leg. Exhale to downward facing dog. Take a moment in your downward facing dog. Your hips are pushing up to the sky, spine is long. Press into the floor with your heels. Active pushing, like you're trying to push the earth down. Feel that lengthening in your glutes, the back of your thighs, your calves and ankles stretching out as you're here. Our legs just did a lot of slow work. So this is a nice counter and opener for them. Breathing into it. 3 more breaths here. 2 more. Last one. Keep that pressure strong. Release. And from here, you're going to step 1 foot over by your hand. Walk your hands to the center of the mat for a wide-legged stance. Now for this, you can have your toes facing forward, or you can have them slightly facing away. You're going to exhale, keep a slight bend in your knees to protect your joints and melt your chest towards the floor. You can have hands on the mat or bring the floor closer to you with blocks or the pillow. If you want, you can let your head hang heavy and have your hands on the floor or holding onto your elbows. Or you can even stack your blocks, creating a nice headrest as gravity does its job, pulling your spine long. Decide what feels right for your body and hang out here for a moment in stillness, breathing deeply. One more breath in stillness. From here, you have the option to stay in stillness, or you can play around with bending one knee, then the other. Maybe you bend both knees, or you walk your hands from side to side, or rock. Find what feels right for you in this moment and take a few rounds of breath, listening to your body, feeling it release the backs of the leg, your spine. 2 more breaths here. 1 more. Inhale, release hands to floor, chest parallel to the mat. You're going to plant your left hand in the center and inhale your right arm up, gazing off to the side or up to the sky. Arm above can stay pointing to the sky, or you can bend it behind your back, hooking it in your hip crease. 3 breaths here. 2 more. Last one. Inhale, release your hand if it was. And exhale it back down, switching. So right hand's in the center. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, bending it behind your back if you'd like. Gazing to the side or up to the sky. We're cooling down, beginning to prep our body for Savasana. Slowing down and releasing, countering some of the stretches we did. 2 more breaths here. 1 more. Inhale, release your arm back to the sky. Exhale, your hands back to the center. From here, you're going to walk your hands to the top of your mat and go back to a downward dog. For this next pose, we're going to take a pigeon pose. Right knee comes to your right wrist. Foot stays tucked towards the pelvis. Left leg slides to the back of the mat, stopping when your hips are parallel over the mat. Release the top of the foot. Exhale, walk your upper body forwards. Now again, you can be on the blocks here, forearms to the floor or chest and forehead to the floor. You want to keep both hips lifted, not be on one side, but up. Allowing the hip flexor, not the hip flexor, I meant the IT band and your glute to release tension, as well as along our back body, depending where you're at with your arms. Come to your breath here. I'm going to have you once again think about your intention, bring it back to the front of your mind. What brought you here today? And breathe that into yourself. Exhale it away. 2 more breaths. 1 more. Inhale your hands back to your leg, lifting your heart space to the sky. Shoulders away from your ears. Exhale away. Inhale, tuck your toes. Step back to downward dog. Shake out your legs if you need to. And then step your left knee towards your left wrist. Right leg slides to the back of the mat, stopping when your hips are even. Exhale, walking down to where it feels right for your body. Releasing into our pigeon on the other side, honoring that one side might be different than the other, and let go here. As we continue to slow down and prep for Savasana, I want to push you to see if you can keep your exhale nice and slow. But then see if the exhale can be the same length, if not just a little bit longer than your inhale. So inhale normal, exhale long and slow. 3 more breaths here. Continue practicing this breathing. 2 more. Last one. Next, inhale, walk your hands to your legs, lifting your chest to the sky. Gaze upwards and exhale. From here, you're going to roll onto that front hip. Swing your leg around, and you can still shake them out if that feels right for you. But then we're going to take some windshield wipers of our legs. So hands by your hips, bend your knees and plant the feet on the floor. You're going to let your knees fall to one side. Then inhale up. Exhale them over to the other side. Inhaling back up. Continue to exhale them down. Moving slow and steady. Taking about 2 more per side. Go through that final round. Bring your knees back, and you have the choice. You can stay lifted like this, or you can keep your hands on the floor. Inhale, straighten your spine, and then exhale, lower down vertebrae by vertebrae. Head coming down last. From here, you're going to inhale and bring your knees to your chest. And just hug yourself for a moment, rock along your spine, massaging it into the floor. Or maybe you take a few circles with your knees, pressing your lower back. Take a few more of this, then find stillness. Bring your arms out to a T and exhale your knees over to one side. Gaze goes away from the legs or up towards the sky for a nice spinal twist, releasing tension in that lower back. Continuing those deep inhales and seeing if you can make your exhale longer than the inhale. When you're able to take a breath like this, where you inhale, filling the belly with air, exhaling, letting it all go, longer. And the inhale, you're sending signals to your nervous system that you're okay, you're safe. You don't need to be in fight or flight. You can relax and let go. And so as we prep for Savasana, this is a beautiful way to make sure we're still ready to enjoy those moments of stillness and rest. One more breath here. Inhale back to center and exhale your legs to the other side, gazing up at the sky or away from your legs. Decide what feels right for you here. Continue that breathing, getting ready. Notice your body relaxing and letting go as you're here. Two more breaths. One more. Inhale, come back to center. And you're going to reach out to grab the outer edges of your feet, your ankles or your calves. You're going to pull your knees to your armpits, feet facing the sky for happy baby. You can find stillness here or rock from side to side. You can play around with straightening out one leg, then the other. But take your happy baby, continuing to slow this breathing down. This is our last pose before Shavasana. See if you can release tension in your lower back or shoulders. Two more breaths. Last one. Inhale, release, hugging yourself tight like a ball. Exhale, full release to the floor, making your way to a final resting position. Adjust as needed. Move around, and when you found that comfortable position, inhale, squeeze all your muscles as tight as you can. Exhale, let them go. I'm going to lead you in just a little bit of breath work before I send you off into your final Shavasana. So everyone exhale where you are. And inhale. 3, 4, hold for a moment. Exhale. 3, 4, hold for a moment. Inhale. 3, 4, hold. Exhale. 3, 4, hold. Inhale. 3, 4, hold. Exhale. 3, 4, hold. Inhale. 3, 4, hold. Exhale. 3, 4, hold. One more round. Inhale. 3, 4, hold. Exhale. 3, 4, hold. Come back to your intention. Breathe it in one last time. Exhale to release. Listen to the music. Try and let your thoughts come and go with the breath, and I will let you know when it is time to come out. Remember that I will let you know when it's time to come out. Try and let those thoughts come and go with the breath. Notice your body releasing, melting to the floor. Curious of how your mind and body feel in this moment. Breathe into them. Remember that I will let you know when it's time to come out. Try and let those thoughts come and go with the breath. Notice your body releasing, melting to the floor. Curious of how your mind and body feel in this moment. Breathe into them. Begin gently wiggling your fingers and your toes, inviting movement back to the body, and turn your head from side to side, bringing yourself back to this moment, to this room. Begin taking circles with the ankles and the wrists, going first in one direction and then the other. When you're ready, you're going to bring your arms up overhead and inhale, pull the body in both directions for a nice lengthening stretch. Then exhale over to your right side with knees bent, using one arm as a pillow, other arm in your heart space area. Take a moment here. Come back to that intention of creating our own calm, and remember, in a world that's so fast, so busy, it's easy to run at that pace. But what's beautiful is when you can step back, connect to your breath, and slow down, and remember that you are the source of your calm, of your peace. Thank yourself for dedicating this hour to your body and your mind, free of distractions. Breathe this thank you in. Exhale to let it go. We're going to meet in a comfortable seated position with our eyes still closed to end the practice today. We're going to close our practice with 3 deep breaths as a community, where we inhale in through our noses and out through our mouths with our hands at heart center or in Hali Mudra. Everyone exhale where you are and inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale your hands up to your third eye or in between your eyebrows. Please know that the light in me honors and sees the light in each and every one of you. Thank you so much for being here today. Thank you so much for being here today. Please let me know if you have any comments, questions, or concerns in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this flow, please like and subscribe for more videos to come. Thank you again for coming and have a great rest of your day.